happy to hear it.
So you're still in Chicago, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Cool. You get to see a lot of ICE agents, huh?
yeah. Yeah, well, not currently. They
Thank God.
they left and they are terrorizing Minneapolis now. Is kind of what
Yeah.
appears to be happening. But yeah, I mean, we experienced like for pretty much the whole summer into the fall
Right.
what we're seeing now in other parts of the country was happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I yeah, am not. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm grateful that I firsthand didn't have to experience like what some of my peers have experienced and like what we're seeing people I've never met experiencing.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, because I mean, there was like news coverage on like two different comedy club um managers here in Chicago were
no.
abducted by ICE on the same day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it was like they both are legal citizens and they were later released,
Yeah,
but it was like,
I get tired of them mentioning that because it seems irrelevant.
yeah, it's like they shouldn't be abducting anybody at all. But it's
Like
like,
even if they're here, illegally or don't have citizenship, it's not their fault either because a lot of people go through the process, but they wait so many years, because it takes forever
yeah,
because
it
they're
takes
so
so fucking
anal
long.
about this. Yeah,
Well, I mean, and the thing is, it's like, yeah, it's just like the knowledge that they're breaking up families and they're sending people back to countries that they may never have even lived in or are
right,
not native to, and that
right,
is like a. It seems like getting sent somewhere you're not from can be a best case scenario because some people we just still don't
right,
know where they are.
right.
So, yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, the heat's off Chicago for now, but it's what's happening everywhere else is disgusting.
Yeah, he's gonna. Well, he's talking about the Insurrection Act. So every blue place, every blue city or town or suburb or wherever is going to be hit again. Um, they've come up here in Alaska. They were in Anchorage. I think they were here in Juneau. Um, I mean, we have mine. I work at Safeway.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're. It's like Jewel or
yeah,
Dominic's, the same
it's
thing.
a grocery store. Yeah.
It's a chain. So everybody I work with, like, it's even though we're a small town, we're still very diverse.
Yeah.
Um, and it's crazy because like I'm the hysterical like hyper progressive white guy, and other people people who aren't white, they always react like, yeah, dude, like, and like because I work with some of my coworkers I work with, and they're Filipino, and I was like, man, you got to be, there's so much going because two of our guys, our employees, they left. They're from Ecuador, and they
Yeah.
moved to Pennsylvania because they thought Pennsylvania would be safer than here. Um, and it's just, but it's crazy. But now they don't care. They don't even discriminate because if you just don't like what they're doing, they'll just kill you. They'll just kill you.
Yeah.
So
It's like, yeah. It's I'm surprised to know that they went to Alaska too. I mean, it makes sense. They're saying they're going everywhere, but it's like,
well,
yeah.
we have a high population of native people. I mean, there's hundreds of tribes here, and I mean, they're already picking up people in like natives in outside of in Minnesota. They don't care, or they're so stupid and racist. They assume they're like Latino,
And
or
they're
they don't
native
care.
people.
They're
Yeah,
native.
it's
It's like, what are you talking about? Like Latinos descended from us, as native people. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah.
so
It's so
anyway,
frustrating. Yeah.
it is. But that's what kind of why I do this is just to do something different and positive
Yeah.
is and fun. But how you doing
Yeah.
though? What's going on?
Yeah, no, been good. I mean, I'd say like in my personal like insular like inner life circle right now, I am getting ready to. I'm doing a show in Plano, Texas next week, which is like Dallas area. So kind of just like
Crazy.
getting ready for that, and then I'm really excited to end of the month. Like kind of my big thing I'm looking forward to for myself is I'm gonna do this 10-day meditation retreat that a few of my friends have done before.
Mm.
I'm gonna go do one of these retreats like January, I think 28th until February 8th. So it's like 12
Oh,
days in total. Just like yeah, it's like a meditation retreat. So um gonna be like completely off my phone, like
nice.
unreachable, just kind of do what they ask you to do on the retreat. So we'll see how that goes. I think everyone that I have like probably 7 friends who have done it, and they all have said that they found it to be very beneficial. So I'm excited to see what it's like. I think I'll probably like get really bored at some point, but that's
Right.
yeah,
I've
kind of
tried meditation, and it's really hard
it
if you
is.
don't
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. Frequently, yeah, yeah. And I think there's definitely gonna be like a huge baptism by fire, so to speak, just because like
Oh,
I do meditate, but I do a variation of like kind of just like body scan meditation, as well as like
mm,
I'll sometimes do some of the listening ones where it's like you listen to like a story being told and like meditate on that. This is from what I understand, it's just you're sitting and you're trying to clear your mind, and you're yeah,
right.
you're not listening to this music, you're not like it's just you're just kind of there. So
That that's the hardest thing.
yeah, I mean, but that's part of why I'm really excited to do it. I think like I almost need like a detox from it all. Like it's just I mean it's I think
Yeah.
I get really overstimulated, and there's just too much going on all the time, like beyond
Yeah.
just in the external world, like in your phone. It's just like so
Right.
many constant things to like react to and interact with. I think
Yeah.
it'd be nice to just kind of recalibrate. So that's kind of my big thing I'm like excited about, but also obviously like nervous just because it's just a long time to like
Right.
essentially just sit and think, or not think really. That's the whole thing. You're supposed to
Hmm.
just sit and be.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I mean, I would say that that's kind of like the two main things on my world right now.
Right.
Um, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
Well,
gonna be fun though. It'll be nice to just go do this and see what it's like. Cause I mean, yeah, I've been planning to do this since October. So
nice.
now it's happening. So yeah,
Nice.
we'll see how it goes. But yeah, how about you? How are you doing?
Good. Just working and being a grandpa. So
And yeah,
yeah, pretty
usual
wild.
stuff. Yeah. How
Yeah.
old are your grandkids?
My youngest, she's gonna be 1 soon,
Uh,
and then my older granddaughter, she's 9.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's
That's so different. I mean, it's fun, but yeah, they're
right.
both fun ages, but very different. 9 and 1.
Right. It's 2 different stages, and my oldest granddaughter, she's funny because I can mess with her, and um, she's super busy, super smart. My son is and his wife are really good parents, where she's not allowed to use anything tech related unless their parents are there, like no
Mm,
phones. Like they have to
gotcha.
be there when she checks her email, and to use her. And she's such a good girl. Like she just like she's in a positive way, curious and mischievous, but um, she's not getting into stuff. So
That's really
it's
good.
nice, and she doesn't feel the need to like. They have a really good philosophy on um, how to raise her. So
Yeah, no, that's like awesome to see. And I think also probably just like you having like parented you know what I mean? Like you being the parent of the parent who's parenting
oh,
well.
well, let me make something clear. I didn't raise my son. Like we didn't have a
Uh,
good relationship, and He was with his mom and stepmom most of the time, so there was a lot of they moved
Yeah,
around a lot, and so I
I
had to
see.
call all the time, and it was just a mess. But we're great now,
I'm glad you're
and
good now. Yeah,
right, thank you.
yeah,
So I'm just glad he turned out the way he did, and he's a great parent. He's got a good wife, and she's really nice, and so yeah. And then my youngest daughter, she's a great mom, and she has it together. Her and her boyfriend, pretty surprised, like pretty impressed how she's
yeah,
handling it at her age and all that.
yeah,
Because when you get older, you start thinking of 20-year-olds as kids, and it's just
yeah,
because you basically are, because you're an adult, but you're doing a lot of stuff as a kid. Like
yeah,
that's how
yeah.
I look at it. I mean,
Oh, for sure.
right. Look at college kids, or
Yeah,
bars and clubs. Like people are nuts. So
yeah. No, I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine like my friends who had kids in their early 20s or even as teens. Like I know that they're very excited now because they're basically done.
right,
Whereas like a lot of my friends who waited till their 30s, like 40s, are just getting started. My friends who had kids young now, they get to kind of be done. Not done, but you're never done parenting once you have a child. Like as long as
right,
they're alive, obviously. But it's like you a lot of that initial responsibility that
right,
comes in like the first 10, 15 years, they kind of already lived through that. So they're able
right,
to just like, yeah, just enjoy now. But
right.
um yeah, no, that's all really good stuff. Is that part of like your relocating to Alaska was to be with
No,
family? Or no, it just worked out that
uh,
way.
so I came up here 2013, or I'm sorry, 2009. I moved back up to Alaska to a different town, and my mom had dementia, and so
Oh,
I came up to take care of her, and um, for a while, and then she went to an old folks home, for like the final days because I couldn't take care of
mhm.
her. Like she wouldn't listen to me, and it was really it was really frustrating because I'm
Yeah.
not a woman. So, in her frame of mind, um, she was embarrassed by something, even though I was her son. And
Yeah.
I'd seen her. She'd get embarrassed because she'd be in the bath and she'd call a
Yeah.
female like EMT person because we live in a small town. So she'd call
Yeah.
EMTs or somebody to come pick her up and to take, and
Yeah.
so it's just, oh my god. But
Yeah. And
yeah,
you're like, I'm right here. Let me help you, please. Like,
right. And I think at that point, because I think people with like dementia and Alzheimer's, like they they mentally go back to certain parts of their periods of their life. So you
mhm,
see the things come out because she started saying like really dumb, stupid shit that she
mhm.
would say as a kid, or that you could tell like, oh, that's what you used to say, and it came back because. And I don't know if you ever watch Mark Maron,
I've watched some of
WTF.
his stuff. Yeah, yeah,
He talks about dementia, or like just how your parents, they just the all the rails are off, so they just say
yeah.
whatever. And my mom would just say some racist shit, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And she had no idea.
Oh
Like
man, yeah, yeah.
shit that she used to say back in the day, and she grew up, during the 30s, 40s, 50s. So you start hearing that, and it's like, oh God, are you serious? And it's
Yeah.
weird. It's weird. She, before the dementia kicked in, she was watching Ellen, and she got over homophobia.
But then it's like you almost
But
like
then it's all
completely
gone.
regress. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is weird.
So
I mean, it is. I've not experienced it firsthand, but I've heard, and like, yeah, it is interesting
get
what
ready.
happens. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna. I'm hoping. I'm hoping my parents. I hope that's not how they go. I know that's how a lot of parents go, but
Right,
yeah.
right. Um,
I
so
keep telling them, I'm like, do your Sudoku. Do your
Right.
crossword, whatever you got to do to. No, I'm kidding. But
How old are they? Are they?
they're their 60s. They're their 60s.
Yeah. You got a couple.
Yes.
You got a while.
I got a little bit of time. Yeah, but they're in their
Right.
60s. Yeah.
So, so I came up, took care of my mom, and then I reestablished. Like, I found my wife on Facebook. We started talking, and then moved up to here, hung out with her, got to know her and her family, and we just ended up together and
Oh, great.
got married and stuff. And so,
That's
um,
great.
right,
Yeah.
it's wild. So you grew up in Chicago or the suburbs?
So I grew up in Indiana. I grew
Okay,
up
yeah.
in Northwest Indiana. So like the thing that's interesting about Northwest Indiana is like people from Indiana do consider themselves like, oh, we're a Chicago suburb because we're the only part of Indiana that's on Central Time, and we're like
Hmm.
we get all the Chicago radio stations, whereas the rest of Indiana gets Indianapolis. We get all the Chicago radio stations, but yeah, no, Illinois would not feel the same. Illinois does not
Oh,
think
I
of us
know.
as that at all. But yeah,
Right.
that's where I grew up. I grew up in Valpo. Um, my mom grew up in Chesterton, and my dad grew up on the south side of Chicago. But then
Oh,
before high school, my dad and his family moved to Chesterton. So my parents met in high
okay.
school, and then
Oh, wow.
yeah, and so then basically they settled down and like had a family 20 minutes from where they met in high school. Because
Nice.
Chesterton, Valpo is like yeah, right there.
Right. So your
Yeah,
family's out there.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I like it just because it's like, even though I don't know that I'll always be in Chicago, it's been nice that, like, as long as I have been in this part of the country to be so close to family.
It's nice. I wish I had
Yeah.
that. I'd
Yeah.
still live in Chicago if I could. If I could, move everybody. We'd move to Evanston and be suburban family.
Yeah. No, Evanston's great. I have like a couple of my aunts were in Evanston for a really
Nice.
long time, and then they ended up moving to New Buffalo when their kids were old enough to go to college and like move out. But the Evanston house was awesome. I miss it all the time. I'm always like, oh, I wish you guys wouldn't have
Right.
left
It's so
Evanston, but
beautiful.
yeah, it is so beautiful. But I can see how the little like cabin in the woods in Michigan would maybe be like it's for a different part of life. Like
Right.
when you don't have kids, you're trying to go to Evanston schools. It's like yeah, we can be out in nature a little more.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah.
Um. So how'd you get to Chicago?
Oh man. So basically, I did my undergraduate degree, and I finished in 2015, and then I went and I did a 2-year long master's program in Scotland,
Oh,
and then I
wow.
think just yeah, when I got back from doing my master's, I like moved home for a little bit and saved up to move to the city, and then also like I mean, a major part of why Chicago for as long as I was in Chicago is that I was married for like 6 years. We were together
Wow.
all in all for like almost 10 years. Yeah, we got together like I was still very young. I think I was like 20 when I met my ex-husband, and then we were married by the
Wow.
time I was like married by the time I was 23 or 24.
Wow.
Um yeah, so it's like he was very adamant about he didn't want to live in New York or LA. And I do think were I not to have been in that relationship, I might have moved to one of those cities already. I might have not been in Chicago as long as I've been in Chicago, if that makes sense.
I I don't know if you'd like LA. Like, I'm not a big fan. I grew up out there, and
Hmm.
um I talk a lot of shit because it's like growing up out there, the essence of like LA is so gross where like you can't just talk to people like
Yeah,
in public. Like everybody's just and very, it's like super.
yeah,
When I lived out there, it's like it's just super materialistic, and
hmm
everybody's just very focused on their appearance and their status and all that shit.
hmm
Like, that's why I like Chicago, because of the realness of it. I'd been homeless. I'd have people when I first got there, first year, people were like just randomly strangers were really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. And I think it's like I definitely I love Chicago. I mean, I like Chicago will always be number one for me. I'm more so saying like I think that I've always lived here, so it's like I do think there's part of me that would like to at some point live
Check it
somewhere
out.
else. Yeah, at least check it out. Because that's the thing is, it's like everything you're saying about LA, I've definitely heard, and I can see where people are coming from. And then I also would say, on the flip side of things, like I've heard that like New York is like 24/7 grinding, never stopping, very,
Yeah,
very like inhospitable place. But then it's like I also like as an artist, both of those cities I've had really, really amazing experiences and I've met people
exactly.
and had really, really positive experiences with the community that I've been a part of in
Cool.
those cities. So it's like,
Good,
yeah, it's one
good.
of those things where it's like it's no shade to Chicago. It's more just like it's similar to I think the like mentality or the idea of like sometimes it's good to leave the place you grew up in so that you can have more appreciation for what you learned there as well as just
Right,
like yeah so that's kind of more
right.
that's more what I'm saying is like a lot of people have mentioned to me they're like oh my god you've been in Chicago so long and it's like when I look back it's like well yeah because I was in a very serious almost decade long relationship
Right.
that very much hinged on us staying in the Midwest
Yeah.
so um yeah and then like even after the conclusion of that relationship, I think I still needed a little time to kind of get clear on like what do I actually want to do? Like how much of that was like me loving Chicago and how much of that was like I
Right.
need to live here for this to work. Yeah. So it's like and I think I'm somebody who honestly like anytime I go anywhere, it's very much with the mindset of like this doesn't have to be permanent. Which is like
Right.
I like to travel. I like to see different places. I think I can get bored quite easily. So it's like
Yeah.
I do think I have that travel like itch in me right now of like, oh, I want to go live somewhere else for a few months and see how I
Yeah.
like it. And like I think that that's I mean it's kind of what I do with my touring schedule anyway. Like I'm really
Right.
only home. My friends tease me because they're like you're only here for like a week out of every month and it's like it's kind of true. Like I stay kind of gone and that's not like intentionally. It's just kind of how it ends up working out with like the opportunities that I'm offered that can pay my bills require
Right.
me to leave. So, yeah.
I think I think you'd like New York as far as like to visit, and I mean from I'm based off my experience, like I've been there
Mhm.
twice, and like I think you would like it because it's you have this it has a similar vibe as New York. I mean New York has a similar vibe as
Yeah.
Chicago, but it's still it's the I think you should just experience it's the epitome of America, like in my
Yeah.
opinion, of like the, you know, big everything is there. And you have like, I've met New Yorkers that have the most ridiculous egos regarding New York. But if you go there, you can kind of sympathize, not totally because it's so obnoxious. It's like I was in Portland one time, and this guy from New York. He's like, this we're at a club. This ain't New York. No, dude. What? We're gonna go to lunch. Sorry. Oh, okay. Um, it's like, no, you're not. Like, what did you even leave for? Like, so
Yeah.
I get that. And, but other than that, like, if you go there, people are really nice. I think 9/11 really kind of like changed the city in a sense where it humbled the shit out of everybody. And, so
Mhm.
you have that, but it's just great. And, but I get what
Mhm.
you're saying. You got to check other stuff out. Like, you got to
Yeah.
go to other countries and towns and places.
Yeah. No, and I think that I think I've always felt that way. I just think that like recently, even more so, I've been like, oh, I really, you know, I've kind of just been, yeah, I've just been in a position where I've been places, but I've been like very briefly or just to do shows or just,
Right.
I'd like to spend some time
Right.
somewhere else, I think is how I feel. Cause it's like, And that's even like when I'm here, I feel like I don't properly like give myself time to just really settle here. So it's like wherever I am, I just am trying to get better at like being really intentional about like just taking time to do
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
I mean, life's
But
short, you know, you got to see shit and like take it in and feel it, you know?
yeah, yeah. I agree. But yeah.
Um, so, let's see, you moved to Chicago and you got married. You're married. And then, so how did you get into like, what were you doing? Like, you always been in a
Sure.
comedy or did it just build
Yeah.
up or
Yeah, so I was doing one woman shows because
nice?
I went to theater school,
Where
and
at?
I went to Millikan, and then I went to the
Okay.
Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, where it's like the two places I went for
Oh,
theater school. So I was like, yeah, I like had kind of high hopes of like, oh, I'm gonna be a musical theater actress. That was my original plan. And then
wow.
when I got out of college and I came to Chicago, and I kept going on auditions for the same kind of character and like the same kind of show. And I just got tired of auditioning. Like I really didn't like
Yeah.
auditioning. And then on top of that too, I met some comedians. I started going to their shows. Um, I noticed there weren't a lot of women on the shows, so I kind of was like, oh, this is like kind of, I see a little entry point here. Like
Yeah.
they don't have this. I am this. I could. And so I did my first mic, and then I just loved it because I felt like it was like it was similar to like the performing that I'd already been doing. It's just like I kind of got the freedom of like, yeah, I got to do it like as myself
Right.
rather than a character.
Were you in Glasgow or where you at?
I was in Glasgow. I was.
Nice. So
I mean, I feel
at
like
the
my
time you were there, what was there like a? Because right now they have a huge comedy festival in Glasgow. A lot of people talk about. A lot of comedians will talk about their adventures.
yeah.
Was
I
there a? Did you get to actually like go to any clubs there? Comedy clubs? Oh, you're mute. Sorry, can't hear you.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
My okay. Thank you. So sorry. I so the Edinburgh Fringe Festival was part of my course,
Ah,
and I did do
sorry.
that. No, it's all good. There's like other festivals as well, but like I think the one that you might be talking about is like the big
The
Fringe
Edinburgh.
Festival in Edinburgh. Yeah.
Yeah,
So part of the program is that we did two shows at the festival, as well as like we did these we did like one person. They showed us how to write a one person show, and I think that that's kind of
nice.
like that was my entry point to stand up. Was like in preparing to do this one person show, I started in Glasgow trying to go to stand up mics. And so I was like, stand up was always something that I enjoyed, like as a consumer. And then I think that I kind of dipped my toes while preparing for that show. But then I didn't really like actively start pursuing it in Chicago until 2016,
Oh, okay.
2017,
Huh.
around then. So about 10 years ago. But
Wow.
like not, I always say that I say that I've been doing it 9 years this month because really I started doing it like hardcore in 2017. It was not until 2017 that I was really like actively pursuing it.
Like you felt you were an established comedian, like you could actually say that.
I don't even know if I would say that. I would say that like I started like I was that was my goal at that point.
Right.
Like it became a goal for me to get good at comedy in 2017. Whereas like the other mics I did before that was like me, yeah, just me seeing if I liked it.
Um, what do you now? What do you consider established? Like, what do you? I mean, what do you think it takes for you to? What thing or what What point do you think you can actually say you're a comedian? Then,
I mean, I think pretty much from the day you decide that you want to do comedy, you can say you're a comedian or you're pursuing comedy. Um, Again, it's one of those things. It's like I think it's so subjective,
right?
whether or not somebody gets to call themselves a comedian. But I think in my opinion, if you're pursuing it and you're working towards the goal, you're pursuing comedy.
Right.
I think that, like, for as far as like the general consensus, I think that established comedian would be, you have these certain amounts of time, like sets that you can do. Like, you have a 5 minute, you have a 10 minute, you have a 15,
Right.
you have your 45. Some people might say like you've made this amount of money, which is like, I don't think that that's a good parameter because
Yeah.
that's not why we
I
do it.
don't think. Yeah, you can't measure it
Yeah,
based off of money. Kevin Hart gets lots
yeah.
of money. He's not that funny, so.
Um, yeah, I think basically, to agree with you. Like, it's so subjective, but I think if you're pursuing it, you can say the word. I do want to warn, my phone is kind of lower on battery, so I am
Okay.
concerned this might die. But I'm
Okay.
trying to. Yeah.
So you've been doing it for 10 years, and I guess we could wrap it. Like, what are your kind of goals? Do you have any like small goals?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'd say as far as goals at this point, I'm just really trying to sell out my shows, um,
Nice.
in the next year. And the thing is
Wow.
like, I do shows at 50 to 100 seat venues, so it's
Wow.
just like, I want when I go to a city to do a show, for the room to be full of people who really want to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think shows are more fun when there's more people there,
Sure.
and you know, it's very thankless and hollow to post a video on the internet and have people like it and like haha it or type, some sentence underneath it. I want to meet the people who like my comedy. I want to see
Right.
them in person. I want to be able to
Right.
like big priority for me this year.
Well, cool. Um.
This might be happening. Oh no.
Right. Um. Let's see. Well, let's wrap it up. Jamie, I thank you for coming on to Conversations. Um, I hope you have a good day, and I would like to do another one. I'll have like more questions if that's cool. I think your phone, yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, that was Jamie Schreiner. She's great. Um, I worked with her on my other podcasts, and I met her online. She's great. She's very funny, very talented. Hey,
Hi, thank you. I'm sorry. I think it was like starting to break up on my end. I think it's because my battery got too low.
okay.
Am I muted? Sorry. Or can you hear me
No,
okay?
you're good. I'm just wrapping up because your phone is dying, but I was just explaining. I was just saying you're really funny, and I found you online. Thought think you're really talented, and
Yeah, no, I'm so sorry. I feel really bad because it was
don't
like I
worry.
was at like 70%, and then it just went down to like 5, and I think it's just StreamYard probably takes a lot of.
Right? Do you have
Yeah.
iPhone or
I have an
Samsung?
iPhone.
Yeah, I hate iPhones. They die pretty fast. My wife has one. I would give her shit. But I just want to say thank you for coming on, and
Of course, thank you.
appreciate you. And I'd like to do another one,
Yeah.
and just have like some different questions. I think you're really interesting, and I think I've worked with a lot of people in my other podcasts, but you have a pretty distinct. I mean, everybody's unique and everybody has their own style, but you have a pretty cool, unique style of your own. And
Oh, thank you, Sean. I appreciate
I,
it. No, and I think as long as next time I'll just make sure that I'm in a situation where I'm plugged. Like, I think I have to just be plugged up. I know now because like it looks
yeah,
like it just went from 70 to like 5. So I was like, oh
right.
crap.
And that's why I hate iPhones. But no, you're good. You have a good day, and I thank you so much for coming on,
Of
Jamie
course, thank
Schreiner.
you.
Thanks for coming on Conversations. You're the best.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day. Bye bye.
You too. Take care. What?
I didn't know you were doing one of those. I thought you were there.
That's an interview.
No.